Malabo is the signal by the heads of states to all the actors, the research community included, that we want to do big and bold things, and we think it's possible. So that's refreshing.
I am very excited about the Malabo Declaration because Africa has come of age. This is a time for us to come together and move to the next level. And what Malabo did is it clearly articulated how we get to the next stage. We need to come together, all players in Africa. Each of us has a role to play, and together we shall achieve our results.
Having the declaration, there is no guarantee that the content is well understood. First of all, I want to say that so far we've spent some couple of months after receiving this declaration, but to talk about the content being known to the farmers' constituency and even the civil society generally interested in the implementation of CAADP is less than 10%. And so there is need for this to be done.
About the Malabo Declaration and talking about communication, one of the things that we're doing next month is that we're partnering with MultiChoice Africa to communicate the goals and targets and new commitments of Malabo to the rest of Africa, and we're mobilizing young people to talk about what opportunities exist in their countries that could utilize some of these commitments. And so we hope that would also make a contribution in terms of really creating national pressure, demanding these public investments, and also demanding, the fair terms of engagement between the small private sector and big private sector.
What we need is to translate that commitment into activities that will benefit all the players in the value chain. And to do that, we believe there's a role for each and every player, including the government. We take the government as facilitators in terms of facilitating the value chains that are going to implement this declaration. And if the government sticks to its responsibilities and its roles and let the other players do their various responsibilities, I think we can achieve something. But it will require changing certain things, changing of attitudes, and even changing of mindset and the way we structure things from the ground to the top.
The U.S. government has actually recognize the importance of Malabo at the highest level during our recent U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit, right, that did bring 53 heads of state together, right? We did actually make this as one of the points of recognizing the leadership of Africa on these issues. So we're strongly in support of that and would like to see a robust roadmap and strategy for implementation.
The African Union Commission, the Department of Rural Economy and Agriculture, is leading a multi-stakeholder consultative engagement, including the regional economic communities, the NEPAD agency, and also member states, in close collaboration with our partners, development partners, to develop this strategy. As a result, we've had a series of engagements in a multi-stakeholder context to come up with a draft outline of this strategy.
As IFAD, we've been involved in all the steps that were leading, the African Union steps that were leading towards the Malabo Heads of State meeting that finally endorsed the declaration. And our contribution and our participation in that process was principally to ensure that our clientele, our focus group, the rural farmers, are taken care of in that whole declaration. And we are glad that in the final analysis, in the declaration itself, it suits perfectly into our framework of mind, it suits into our mandate, and it therefore responds to some of the things that we have been talking about. It addresses a whole range of things, including broadening the agenda for addressing agricultural development in rural areas to include smallholder farmers and private sector engagement.